All right, welcome back to Lost for Words with Lori. It's Monday. It is February the 20th. Early mornings are early. I hope everyone is doing okay. Wanted to drop by and give everyone a quick update and do a little addition because that's what the Lori do. So I hope everyone had a great weekend. I know things have been a little chaotic at least in my first world. So if you follow along the dotted line and the bouncing ball, so to speak, you know that, I have been struggling hardcore with this apartment living garbage and the disrespectful shitheads that live above me, who decided that making noise was more important than respect, and the stress that goes along with that. So that being said, sleep has been a commodity that I haven't had the pleasure of partaking in quite some time, because people are loud and they don't care. And of course, complaining to the powers that be, being, office management and property management companies and community service officers that don't serve their community. And even calling the non-emergency police department locally and them telling me that there's really nothing that I can do about loud, disrespectful people who live above me. And I've had a few run-ins with these people, but yeah, it's just not serving me very well. So I made some decisions and I pulled some strings and I worked really hard and I purchased myself a house on Valentine's Day because I love me. And I did. I pulled the trigger and I will be closing on my new home at the end of March. And I will be moving and finally taking the next step into a chapter of my world that I have really wanted for quite some time. And it's unfortunate that I've, got to do it alone, that I'm not, sharing that dream that Toby and I had together. However, it's a really good way for me to honor him. And I know that he would be very proud of me for what I've accomplished so far. But that's kind of been the thing. The shitheads upstairs were actually quiet last night, and I got a full 8 hours of sleep. Hallelujah. And I'm feeling better today than I probably have in a long time. Mind, body, and spirit, right? Optimism being what it is. I have still got a lot of chore ahead of me with packing and organizing and taking care of the remaining paperwork and things that need to be done before we complete the sale of my home and get me ready to move in. But that being said, I've been pretty absent from the social medias, which, to some people is a good thing and to some it's a bad. It just depends on your perspective. But, I had spent a great deal of time on the internet and on toxic social media, getting involved in other people's bullshit and their drama. And because, it was a good distraction while I've been, taking care of my first world things like therapy and, just doing what I have to do to survive. But, the much needed break from social media and just supporting the very specific true friends that I have and staying off of, the drama streams and the hate streams and the bullshit that keeps circling around has been really good. It's been good for me. It's been good for my mental health. And it's been good to just be absent from that distraction. And again, I'm still supporting the people that I have made close ties with, and some of them being in my first world and other content creators that I know in real life. And it's been a good run. It's been something that, I can be there to support people in the capacity that I am there for them. But I don't have to pay attention to or look at any of the things that cause me stress or create problems for me in my mental health. There's so much toxicity and drama that happens on the internet that you all know about, and you have a choice. You have a choice to not look at it, not pay attention to it, to not give it any attention. And when you don't, a lot of good things will happen for you. But at the same time, you're still available and present for those who still struggle with that, and keep reminding them that they can do and accomplish their goals, their dreams, and get rid of those mental blocks and those things that hold them back. And it's a process. It's not something that happens overnight. It's not something you wake up the next day and everything is all good and butterflies and unicorn farts. I've had some dark days. I've had some struggles where I've been upset and down and frustrated and angry because, no rest and no sleep and the other stressors that happen in your first world can sometimes really bog you down. And, at those times I have to reach out to the support systems and the people that I have around me who can remind me that, I'm allowed to have bad days and I'm allowed to crack sometimes. But it's really about how I pick myself back up and how I come back to my goals, come back to the things that I really want to accomplish, and being, diligent about taking those new tools that I'm learning and instituting them into my first world, and making sure that I don't go backwards and that I keep moving forward. And I know that's really hard for a lot of people, especially when the large amount of things that happen can become very overwhelming, and it seems like it just keeps piling on, and the straw that breaks the camel's back, so to speak, and you just feel lost and scared and defeated. And I know that all too well, and I know a lot of you struggle with that same thing, and it's sometimes very difficult to feel like there's a light at the end of the tunnel, but there is. And sometimes you have to be creative, you have to think outside the box and come up with different solutions when the old solutions are no longer valid and they no longer serve you. But I have to admit, it's been really nice just staying away from the social medias that are not good and healthy, and just letting people do their thing, and finding your own path, finding your own private Idaho, finding your own peace. And that's important. It's important for everyone to do, because I think a lot of us get sucked into the tunnel and that tunnel vision where, you think that that's all that there is, and it has a tendency to self-sabotage your personal journey, regardless of what that looks like. And I mean, I get it. Some people, the social media is their bread and butter, or it is their goal, or it is their primary focus. And there's nothing wrong with that. Just making sure that you're still taking care of yourself, you're still transparent, you're still being that good human, and not getting sucked into the negativity or proliferating in the drama that people want you to. So I hope everybody is doing well. I just wanted to give you a quick update on what I've been doing. I'm just going to keep on keeping on, and focused on getting the things done that I need to do. And I'll still be present here and there, and you'll still find me hopping around and knocking on a few doors here in the social medias as I have time. But it's going to be a crazy couple of months for me, getting everything in order and getting moved and getting situated, which I'm super excited about and super looking forward to this next piece of my journey. So I wanted to say hello and a good morning to everyone. Have a great week. I will talk with you all soon. Don't forget, I should say, just remember, wash your fucking hands and be a good human. Love y'all.